Good morning from your National Weather Service office here in San Angelo, Texas. This is your weather briefing for January 2nd. We have a lot of stuff to get through for this briefing due to a potential system moving through, bringing much below normal temperatures and potential winter weather for next week. Going through Saturday, we will continue to see above normal temperatures. However, a strong cold front will move through on Sunday, dropping temperatures significantly for next week. Currently, we have below freezing temperatures in the forecast, with lows in the low to mid 20s. However, there is still a lot of uncertainty with this system, and due to that, we're not entirely sure how cold those temperatures will get. And we are also monitoring the potential for winter weather next week. But right now, chances for snow and ice remain on the lower end at less than 30%. So looking at the forecast through this weekend, we can see highs generally in the 60s and 70s, but you can see we start to see that drop on Sunday as that cold front moves through in the morning and afternoon. Once again, we're going to see cooler temperatures tomorrow morning, not quite as cold as what we saw this morning. And then as we get that return flow, we're going to see those warmer temperatures Saturday morning, and then temperatures will start to drop off on Sunday. Now here's where we get to the system moving in on Sunday and next week. We kind of have two different scenarios going on here. We have the most likely scenario, which has about a 65% chance of occurring. And with this scenario, we are expecting drier conditions and a lower chance of winter precipitation. Temperatures will still be cold with this scenario, with lows generally in the 20s and highs in the 30s and 40s, but the chances of winter impacts are very low. However, there is another scenario that has about a 35% chance of occurring that is much more favorable for winter weather and these colder temperatures. You can see that we have this low forming over our west and southwest, and with that we do have a pretty good setup for colder temperatures and snow. So even though this is a more favorable setup for snow, our chances for winter precip, even in this lower, less likely scenario, is still under 50%. So we will be watching this. If this most likely scenario pans out, we probably won't see any snow, but if this less likely scenario pans out, we will definitely be eyeing some potential winter weather Wednesday into Thursday. So looking at the temperatures for next week, the graph on the right shows the most likely scenario in the solid line, and then the shading indicates the upper and lower ranges for our temperatures. And then we have this blue line indicating where freezing is. So you can see on Saturday and Sunday, we have these warmer temperatures, and then we see that drop on Sunday. We start to see near or below freezing temperatures Monday morning, and then highs generally in the 40s for San Angelo, and then you can see dipping into the 20s both Tuesday and Wednesday mornings, with highs in the mid to lower 40s here. But it is worth noting that you need to pay attention to this shading as well, because there is still a lot of uncertainty with this system. We need to look at all of our possible scenarios. So you can see that in this lower range here, we could potentially see lows around 20 or even maybe reaching the teens, but this is our lower bound here. And then it is worth noting on Wednesday, you can see that there's a lot of shading here. There's a lot of uncertainty Wednesday into Thursday. And that is partially due to the setup that I just showed previously with that low setting up on Wednesday. But you can see that the high here could actually stay below freezing for Wednesday. So we could see a 24-hour period of below freezing. But that is definitely less likely. That has less than a 10% chance of occurring. But we are keeping an eye on that. And this is for Abilene. It looks very similar, San Angelo and Abilene, but the temperatures are a little bit lower. You can see these highs generally stay in the lower 40s or 30s. And Abilene has potentially 2 days where those highs could be near or below freezing. But once again, that is on the lower end of our probabilities. So this is just something that we are going to keep an eye on with those potentially impactful temperatures staying below freezing. Now looking at our potential for winter weather, we do have a low chance of measurable snowfall next week. You can see because of the uncertainty and how far out it is, it's basically just broad brushed 20s across our entire area. So this is on the lower end, generally on the 10 to 20% chance of any snowfall. And that is 0.1 inches, so just any measurable snowfall for this. And then chance of impacts, right now we're staying low due to the high uncertainty in this system. But if we do start to see some higher probabilities of snowfall, we could potentially see some travel and road impacts here. And if snow does occur, right now our pops are pretty low, but if snow does occur, it will likely be in the Wednesday to Thursday timeframe. Now looking at the climate outlooks, we are looking at below normal temperatures and above normal precip for the 6 to 10 day outlooks. And then here is our drought summary. Here's a reminder of the area we serve. If you have any questions or concerns with what we went over in the briefing today, feel free to call the office or send us an email or message us on Slack if you're one of our partners. That's it for today. Have a good day.